Aluminum electrolytic capacitors with non-solid electrolyte have a wide range of styles, sizes, and series. An aluminum electrolytic capacitor, usually simply called an electrolytic capacitor, ECAP, is a capacitor whose anode consists of pure aluminum foil with an etched surface, covered with a uniformly very thin barrier layer of insulating aluminum oxide, which operates as a dielectric. The electrolyte, which covers the rough surface of the oxide layer, operates as the second electrode, the cathode. ECAPs have the largest capacitance values per unit volume compared to the two other main conventional capacitor families, ceramic and plastic film capacitors, but articulately smaller capacitance than similar-sized supercapacitors. Aluminum electrolytic capacitors are divided into three subfamilies by the type of electrolyte: non-solid, liquid, wet, aluminum electrolytic capacitors, solid manganese dioxide aluminum electrolytic capacitors, and solid polymer aluminum electrolytic capacitors. Aluminum electrolytic capacitors with non-solid electrolyte are the most inexpensive type and also those with widest range of sizes, capacitance, and voltage values. The liquid electrolyte provides oxygen for reforming or self-healing of the dielectric oxide layer. However, it can evaporate through a temperature-dependent drying out process, which causes electrical parameters to drift, limiting the service lifetime of the capacitors. Due to their relatively high capacitance values, aluminum electrolytic capacitors with their relatively high capacitance values have low impedance values even at lower frequencies like mains frequency. They are typically used in power supplies, switched mode power supplies and DC-DC converters for smoothing and buffering rectified DC voltages in many electronic devices, as well as in industrial power supplies and frequency converters as DC link capacitors for drives, inverters for photovoltaic, and converters in wind power plants. Special types are used for energy storage, for example in photoflash or strobe applications, or for frequency coupling in audio applications. Aluminum electrolytic capacitors are polarized capacitors because of their anodization principle. Operating the capacitor with wrong polarity or with AC voltage leads to a short circuit and can destroy the component. The exceptions is the bipolar aluminum electrolytic capacitor, which has a back-to-back configuration of two anodes in one case and can be used in AC applications.